Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and this is another live stream. And as I said before, with these live streams, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do coding challenges. So I'm here on codewars.com, and I'm going to be doing this next thing in line, which is array diff. So let's do it. Let's train. Okay, so essentially what I gotta do is, your goal in this kata is to implement a difference function which subtracts one list from another, returns the other. Should remove all values from list A, which is present in list B, keeping their order. If a value is present in B, all of its occurrences must be removed from the other. If its value is present in B, all of its occurrences must be removed from the other. Okay, I think that's easy enough. So again, the way I like to do this is I go over the VS Code, I got my code challenges folder, make a new file, and we'll call this array diff. And this is twofold. One, I like having VS Code to and be able to just use that environment because I'm used to it. But on top of it, then I go back and I commit it because I have it in this daily code practices repo, which adds to my GitHub heat map. So pro tip, if that way you can do code challenges on like Code Wars, Elite Code, or Hacker Rank, but still get a commit out of it. Okay, so I'm going to copy the function there, and then let me go copy one of the tests. So let's do this one. Actually, I just want the call of the function. Cool. And that's console.log. As you can see, it just woke up, so I'm spelling all funny. Console.log, array diff, there we go. Well. Okay. Let's actually choose a better example. Yeah, there we go. And essentially what this should be doing is that I'm subtracting this array from that array. So the idea is I should figure out, okay, is 1 in here? Yes, remove it from this array. Is 2 there? Remove it from this array. Okay, and I think I got a pretty straightforward idea of how I want to do this. So I'm just going to do return. I'm going to filter the original array A, so I'm going to do a filter. And for each item, okay, so we'll just actually just write item. In that array, what I'm going to do is I'm going to return true or false. Does B includes, I'm pretty sure there's an includes function. Okay. Returns true if a key is included in the range, otherwise false. I don't think that's exactly what I expected. So let me just double check what is the array method I'm thinking of. Array a dot includes. I thought it was JavaScript. Let me just see here. Yes, okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay. And then we just say this B includes the item. Okay, so basically if it includes it, and actually I want it to be not true. So basically if it's not in the second array, then I want it to be included. And actually that's it. So let's take a look. Node array, oh, I have to be in the right folder. CD code challenges, and then node array. Yep, that's it. That does it. Because essentially what I'm doing is I'm saying, if it's included in the second array, then make it false because I'm using the exclamation mark, which negates the true. And then that doesn't make it to the filter, and then that's that. So that's how you would do that. Now, again, I think let's go back to here. And these are all examples using numbers. Now, again, if it was using if I had to go deeper and say, okay, the arrays are arrays or arrays of objects and create a diff there, then it gets a little bit more complicated. But this does the job. Okay, for like subtracting primitive values. Okay, let's attempt it. Yep, passed all the tests, good. And let's submit it. Cool, that was pretty quick. So let's do another one. Okay, take me to the other page. Okie dokie. Now, next kata. Let's see what they give me next. Ooh, okay, this looks like a little bit more fun. Okay, let's do this. You are given a node that is the beginning of a linked list. That is, this list always contains a tail and a loop. Your objective is to determine the length of the loop. For example, the following picture of the tail size is 3 and the loop size is 12. Okay. Now, for me to appreciate this, let's take a look at the data structure that they give you. Okay, so with this, take a look at the test. We get the following node. Okay. Do not mutate the nodes, okay. So essentially what it wants me to do is just keep counting. Okay, let's see here. Let me just see how they set this up. Assert d equal loop size a. Node get next. It function. A that's at next, B that's at next. Okay, this one's a little bit more complicated, but let's say here we have the node. Let me just see what happens when I hit, which is return get next. So here's what I'm gonna do actually. I am going to copy this over to VS Code. New file, find loop. This one's a little bit more complicated. A bit more complicated, but why not? Okay, so here's the function. Now let's copy over the test. Function loop size. Okay. In that case, I will just copy all these. Except I'm going to change all these assert deep equals. Okay, so let's get rid of all these second arguments because we don't have the testing library present. Okay. Okay. Let me see why this expects that. One, two, three. Right around here is where we see it. The colors change. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna first off comment all these out except the last one, or the first one. We'll start like that. And maybe the second one. Okay, so let's just first, one step at a time, return node.set next me see what I get. Console.log node find loop. Oh, I get an error. Oh, because it doesn't know what node is. And that's already preloaded, so I want to do that in here. Boo. Where's the definition of node? Okay, let's see if this will work. If I do it from here, return node.getNext. Object. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Let's see here. Use getNext method or next property to get the following node. Well, if there's a next property, so maybe it's iterable. So let's find this. Okay, so let's say const, let's say let x equal 1. So let x equal 1, oh actually let x equal 0. Yeah, 0. And then we're going to say for n of node, and then do x plus plus, and then return x, and let's see what that says. No, it is not iterable. Boo. Okie dokie. Let's do it this way. Control Z. Let's do an infinite loop. While true, x plus plus const next equals node or true. Let's also declare a variable here. Let next equal node. Okay. So long as next is a truthy value. Okay, and let's see here, x at 1. So long as, and then afterwards we say no next equals node dot get next. Although it should be an infinite loop, but I'm trying to see if this gives me any kind of useful output. Return x. Okay, so the idea is that it'll just keep counting. Actually, no, what I should, yeah, that, so basically if next, the node, is ever falsy because get next returns undefined, then the loop will stop. So it'll just keep counting till it gets to undefined, theoretically. The question is that if there's a loop, probably won't. But let's see here. Yeah, I think I created an infinite loop. Yeah, so that was an infinite loop. Again, looking at the example, I wish I could see the definition of node. Okay, set next, set next. Now, how am I supposed to identify that it's the same node? Does it give me any kind of identifier? Okay, for example, the following. Actually, might be stumped on this one. Let's see, picture details. Like if there was some sort of way I could identify, like an identifier. I wonder if I do this, console let's just console dot dir, or let's do this. Object dot keys node. Let's return that. I just want to see what keys are in here in case there's some sort of key that could be useful that I'm not seeing. Okay, attempt. No. Wonderful. So I'm going to get next, just get another node object, but there's no distinguishing marker. And let's see here, 86. Was not as expected. Okay, so let me just take a look at some of the hints here. Sometimes just wrong. I get correct values for no time. Well, yeah, specifically in JavaScript. I kind of understand how I would do this in other languages. Okay, use Ruby. Node class is not in the description. When running tests, I get the unexpected error. Response received, but no data was. I use the arena pattern because not leaking memory in reference cycles is really hard. Garbage collected language. If I don't have the last element in the linked list, none, how can I solve this? Any hints would be great. Because we can't work with the node value, I will always get a prepended object. Give much. Yep. That's kind of how I feel at the moment. There needs to be more description here than just briefly mentioning the two methods. I have the console log just to clarify everything for myself. You have a node.setNext method, but what you didn't even mention in the description of this kata. This is probably crucial in solving this. Please update the description. Python, your test framework prefer. Okay. Nope. Trying to understand. Solution works for me. So I find a much more efficient way to solve this. Very satisfied. I returned to this guy and simply I must apologize for my impulsive critique. I simply did not realize how it could be done. Some new bit to Java algorithms. Okay, well it's Java. Made this guy was easy but managed to be very difficult, blah blah blah. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to use a map. Okay, so let's go back to the thing. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a new map. And I would usually like use an object for like counting things, you know, like counting like tokens in a string or numbers in an array. The problem is this time I need to use the object as the key because I need to figure out how many like unique objects there are. Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to create a map. So const counter equals a new map. Because with a map, I can actually put the object as a key, and if that key exists, I can like kind of determine at least the length of the length of the list. Okay, you're giving a node that is the beginning of a linked list. This list always contains a tail and a loop. Your objective is to determine the length of the loop. Okay. Let's just see if we can get the length of the list first. So here's what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is say const counter dot set. The key is going to be the node. Okay, and the value will be 1. Then we'll do a while loop. Okay, a while loop. And the while loop will just be an infinite loop. And essentially what we'll do is we're going to say and then we say have let next equal node, or node dot get next. Actually, I should just probably do it in here. Okay, so get next, and just say next equals node, and then just do this whole logic in here. So basically say if map if counter dot get, then I pass in the node. If that's falsy, then we will then set the key, and we'll say, hey, there's one of that. Okay, so if counter, then counter dot set node to 1, and then also then say next equals node dot get next. If that node already exists, then we will break it. We'll do a break command, and then let me just see what this one goes in, and then after that we're just going to return new an array. Okay, we'll just say, I think I can do map.length. Counter.length. I think that's a thing. Let me just see here. Let me just double check. JavaScript map length. Does it have a length property? Here we go. Size, accessor. Turns the number of elements in the map. Okay, that's what I want. That works for me. That's what I want. Okay, so let's see here. What do I get there? Count is not. Oh, counter. My bad. Okay, let's try that again. Value is not what expected. Expected got 1. 8, 7, 78. Everything got 1. That's not what the test says. And here, when I take a look at the test, loop size A, deep equal. I was assuming that had to equal 2, so I got 1 the first time. Next, get next. So it's only getting 1. Is it not creating a unique key every time it's a different node? You know what? I am actually genuinely stuck. Let's see if we can unlock the solution. This is gonna be the first time I actually do this on Code Wars. Yes, show me the solutions. Okay, let's see how they did it. Function loop size var turtle node var rabbit node. Do turtle equals turtle dot get next, rabbit equals rat dot get next. While they don't equal each other, var count equals 0. Okay, I see. First do it once to do while loop. So create the turtle and the rabbit, or assign the turtle and the rabbit, then check if they're not equal to each other, and if not, do it again. Okay, that's actually a pretty decent use of the do while loop. Var count equals 0. Do plus count. Rabbit equals rabbit dot get next. know that node is in the loop. So now we keep the turtle motionless and move the rabbit until it finds a turtle again, counting the nodes the rabbit visits in the meantime. Okay, I get it. Okay, that's clever. Okay, so basically, the idea here is basically you keep moving the turtle up 1 and the rabbit up 2, and you keep doing that as long as they don't reach, until eventually what's going to happen is they're going to meet up somewhere in the circle and the same spot, because basically the rabbit is looped but the turtle is like, basically because of the tail, they meet up. And then once they meet up with each other, then you count the rabbit until it reaches the turtle again. I got it. That's clever. That's clever. I like that. Let's see what else we got here. Var nodes and node while nodes dot index of equals -1, push n. Okay, so while nodes dot index of n equals -1. Then, okay, so push it in there if it doesn't if it's not in there. Shen n dot get next. So it just basically keeps pushing them in there. Nodes dot index of n equals -1. Minus nodes index of n. Let me wrap my head around this one. Okay, so we have the array, and then basically we start in there. You push n -1. So basically saying, like, if it's not in the array, but that's not going to run immediately because it's immediately not in the array. Nodes dot push n, so you push the array, push the node in there, and then you say it equals the next node, and then you repeat. Oh, but you keep doing it while it's not in the array. I see. Okay, nodes dot length minus nodes dot index of n. Oh, I get it. Okay, nice. Okay, so essentially the logic on this one is this. Like, you keep pushing things into the array until you run into a node that you've already added. But that node is essentially where the tail ended. So that index tells you how many nodes there are on the tail before the loop. So in that case, you subtract that out. Oh, that's clever. Okay. Got it. Got it. Nice. That's smart. I like it. Okay. I think I got the idea. But that was a fun one. So the first one I did today was pretty easy. This one was a little bit more tricky, especially having just woke up. But that's today's live stream. If you guys like these, leave a comment, leave a message, leave a heart. Again, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube. Add me on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing these. I think this is useful just for people who are doing coding challenges to kind of see, like, one, see the approach when I'm successful, and two, see that, hey, we all sometimes just don't see the right answer right away, but we can sit there and, like, reason about it, and you can learn a lot. Even if you didn't solve it, you can learn a lot after the fact of new techniques to think about when you read through these, like, solutions and be like, oh, okay, that's an interesting way of doing it, and kind of appreciating how it works. So yeah, my name is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. Do check out the YouTube channel. I have lots of videos coming out every weekday at 9 a.m. on all sorts of topics. I built a front end build in, like, pretty much every framework you can think of for an API, and those videos will be releasing over the next few weeks. Also some new blog posts over there at toots.alexmerced.com, one on authentication and Express and Mongo, another on, like, HTMX and Alpine. So go check out all that content. Plenty of content. Join the community over there at devnursery.com. There's a Slack and Discord community. I'll see you all later. Have a great day and enjoy.